Yo, what up, gang? I am the Prather Trader, better known as TPT Concepts. Today is September 2nd, 2025. The time is 6:54 a.m. and I'll be trading some Forex this morning from probably like 7 a.m. to like latest, I'll say about 10:15, 10:30. But before we hop into these charts, gang, we got to get a word in for Jesus Christ. And today I chose a verse from First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 14, and it reads, and we urge you, brothers and sisters, warn those who are idle and disruptive, encourage the disheartened, help the weak, be patient with everyone. Okay, gang. So what I'm getting from this verse in Thessalonians is God is pretty much telling us, warn those who are pretty much being lazy and causing trouble. You see, who are idle and disruptive. Encourage the disheartened, meaning those who have lost faith in themselves. And if you lose faith in yourself, ultimately you lose that faith in who? God. Okay. And the reason I know this to be true, gang, because all these verses that I'm saying I experienced personally. It say encourage the disheartened. Come on, gang. Help the weak. Be patient with everyone. And that's what I'm working on as we speak. And I know you working on it too. Being patient with yourself, being patient with your family, your friends. Okay. So again, let's tackle this together, but most importantly, let's get closer to God. The charts come after that, okay? All right. And that's First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 14. In Jesus' name and pray, gang. Amen. Okay, gang. So when we come to the charts, we're going to always come to forexfactory.com, okay? And look at the news for today. Make sure you're on today's date. You see we have news here at 10 a.m. All right, you're gonna look for the time, currency, and the impact. We got red and orange folder news at 10 a.m. And again, gang, that's why I give it until around like 10, 10:15, 10:30. Maybe I can get a move if I don't get one for the NYSE Open or the New York Open at 8. And you see here we got President Trump talking at 2. So it may get some volatility in the stock market as well later on today. I may look at some ETFs later on. Okay, gang. So it's a new month, a new week. So when it's a new month, we'll start on a monthly time frame and work our way down. Okay, gang. So August, you see it close weak, bearish doji. And we're gonna start off on EJ. Okay. Trading EJ and UJ this morning. Okay, gang. You see this monthly candle close weak, bearish doji. Okay. So let's see here. And we see we trading around all-time highs at this resistance. Let's go to the left. All right. Yeah, gang. This is all-time highs for EJ right now. All right. Last time we was up, it was in 2008, June of 2008. So now we're back trading above the all-time highs. And we notice here this monthly candle open with no bottom wick, meaning it can flip bearish, come fill this wick and continue to push down due to the fact that we're trading at this resistance. Okay. Let's go down to the weekly time frame. Okay, gang. On the weekly time frame, again, you see the current weekly candle has no bottom wick, and the previous weekly candle closed bearish. Okay. So yeah, I will be bearish this week. Let's go to the daily time frame. The previous daily candle did close bullish. Okay. So our daily bias, okay, will be bullish, if that make any sense. Okay. On the higher time frames, you see the bears are stepping into the market. Okay. But as of today, September 3rd, 2025 at 6:58 a.m., the previous daily candle closed bullish. Okay. You see, we're getting a rejection now as we speak. All right. So we're gonna start on a daily time frame and go down from there. Okay, again, what I was back testing this weekend is I'm gonna box this 4 hour candle here. Let's see the low and the high. Okay. You see, we got a resistance here on the 4 hour. And that resistance actually lines up with the break of this 4 hour high to come fill this wick. But if we break these lows here, the current 4 hour lows, I think we can push down at least to these levels here. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to mark up the current 4 hour low as well. Okay. So again, what I marked up was the previous 4 hour high, which is this wick fill, the current 4 hour low, and I also marked up this key resistance here, right here. All right. Because if we look left, we see we have clean traffic coming up to the left. All right. And don't forget, we do have a bullish bias today, but we looked at the monthly and weekly candles and noticed that they both closed bearish. And let's make sure you see here, week bearish doji on the monthly for August, and on the weekly, same thing. All right. But again, today, the previous day kind of closed bullish. All right. So let's go back down to the 4 hour, keep marking up these key supply and demand zones. All right. Again, this is the current 4 hour low. This is the resistance, which is the previous 4 hour high. Let's go down to the 1 hour. You see how that lines up on the 1 hour with the support made here? All right. And we got a resistance here. Okay. Let's go down to the 30. Okay, the 30 minute, depending on how this candle close, we may have a position. Okay, gang. So sales are pretty good below here because you see we got all this clean traffic coming down here. So let's mark up the sales. My Wi-Fi moving slow, gang. My bad. Okay, gang. Like I said, on the 1 hour, we had that support. Come down to the 30. Feel like price made a resistance here. Clean traffic coming up, broke with no top wick. Okay. Let's see here. Sales below here because of this clean traffic coming down. Okay. And let's mark up our advantage point. Probably somewhere. And again, we are bullish. Let's see, let's go to the 15. Okay. Okay, on the 15, price made a resistance here. Got a breakout. Okay. But price failed to come break this previous candle high. So let's see here. Okay, again, the time is now 7:04. Let's mark this right here. This resistance up here. Okay, I got a support. Okay, so let's see on the 15 price made a resistance, broke through, came back. Okay, yeah, we'll just use this resistance on the 15. Yeah, yeah, I'll just use that. This resistance here. This game, you see this clean traffic right here to the left. All right. Vantage point would be something like right in here. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to trade in here. But you see here how price moves sideways. But you get a closure above here, you get a push up. Okay, scroll to the left. Sells below here. Push down. Push down. Okay. And gang, all you're doing is just looking left to get right. All right. So let's see what price want to do. I'm sure this candle here activated a lot of retail buyers. But again, gang, I do have a bullish bias due to yesterday's daily candle closure. All right, we still got about 23 minutes. 23 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. And the advantage point should be somewhere in there. Our advantage point, I'm gonna use this resistance because that's what pushed down to this support. Your advantage point should be where the market pivoted and pushed down to the level that is your potential take profit. Okay. Like example, the advantage point is the support that pushed up, you feel me, to this level. Let's go down here again. This resistance, price could not break above it, and then it pushed down. All right. Yeah, let's see what price want to do, gang. We this week I told myself I want to come to the charts earlier to just get a earlier start to the day. And I was doing some back testing this weekend and noticed the market be moving, pretty early in the morning, gang. You see, we got a nice imbalance here in the market, but I need price to close above this level. See if we get a push up, guy. Let's see here. Price did make a support right here. What a nice wick to fill and clean traffic. So you see what price did in this zone. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, this will be my no trade zone today. All right. We get closures below here. I'll wait for a range two, which is nothing but a break and retest. Then I'll take sales coming down. I won't just enter sales if price just break below the range. And you know what, gang? I'm glad I just thought about that because the trades that I had lost last week on YouTube, I figured out why, gang, and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you before this video is over with. Uh, Yeah, gang, you see here, nice support, and a push up, nice support, push up. But yeah, in this range, price kind of move sideways. This range, price clean traffic, okay? And this is EJ that we're marking up here. And again, this pullback is not surprising because the current weekly candle, I believe, had little to no bottom wick, okay? And we're coming up to a key resistance and we're trading at all-time highs. So we're just going to be patient, gang. And this is what we're waiting on today. All right. Like if price want to fake people out here and then close above, I will take buys coming back up. All right. I just won't take a trade within this level here. I'll take sales below here. All right. Other than that, I'll just wait patiently for price action. And we will go to UJ and do a top down analysis while UJ is pushing. Start on the monthly time frame. August closed bearish. Okay. So I'm currently bearish this month. Okay. The previous weekly candle closed weak bullish, but now price is coming to fill the wick, potentially coming to fill this wick as well. But you see, we're coming up to a resistance on the weekly. All right, previous daily candle close, weak bullish, doji. Okay, and again, the time is now 7:12. Um, it's September 2nd, 2025. All right, gang. So currently, I'll say we're bullish on UJ. I'm about to box in the previous 4 hour candle. Okay. See resistance here. All right. You see, notice we have a resistance here. All right. So we are trading at a key resistance level on the 4 hour. All right. So we got a support here on the 1 hour and a resistance here. And again, gang, a top down analysis is just you marking up key levels. 30-minute, we got a support here. Nice clean candles coming down. Nice advantage point for the wick fill. But with us being bullish, gang, we definitely gotta wait for a range two breakout. Okay. And I'll definitely will show you guys the video that I'm talking about so you will learn how to do that from the mentor that taught me. All right. All right, gang. So these are like the levels on the 30. We just made a support here. A price break and retest. I look for sales coming down to come fill this wick. All right. And it was a holiday yesterday, but wow, Forex was still moving, gang. It was still moving. Yes, sir. And gang, even if we don't find a setup here, you know, it will be more trading days. All right. Don't force anything. All right, let's look left. Okay. Understand. Oh, see, we got this resistance here on the 30, but above this resistance, we have what? Nice clean candles coming up. All right. And you see here, closure above, we're going to push up to this advantage point. In a trader's game, what are we doing? Looking left to get right. You feel me? Sells below here. All right. And I do buys above here. So basically this would have looked like a break and retest. All right. And again, that's what you will notice the more and more you watch my videos. It's pretty much the same thing day in and day out. It's a mechanical system, all right, to help you do as less thinking as possible at the chart. So, you can have brain power for, I don't know, your family, your loved ones. You feel me? You just come in here pretty much being patient, waiting on price action. Okay. And again, gang, if price close below the support, I won't just hop in just because I see clean candles. I will need price to come make a support and form a resistance. Then I'll take my sales coming down. Okay, gang, we still got about 13 minutes. And you see how this candle is pulling back? Okay, but the current 15-minute candle does not have a bottom wick. Let's see here. Mhm. See, price. Okay, price is flipping back bullish. Hmm. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. And again, gang, the reason I want to be opposed to this is because I am bullish on the day. Nice clean candles coming out to the left. Price made a support on the 30. This candle closed with no top wick. But the next candle came and made a top wick for it. You see what price did here. All right, so either it pushes up or it doesn't. All right. What I will not trade within this zone, I'll take sales below here with the clean traffic coming down to the left. And I will need a range two for the sales because I have a bullish bias. But as far as this 15-minute candle not having a bottom wick, I'll be patient and wait on the 30-minute candle to close. It's like a 13 pip wick fill, 27 pip advantage point, 40 pip TP. And again, the market just pulled back a little bit. So, and again, we are making, you could say higher lows. Still haven't broke this low. But again, gang, if price closes in this zone here, I'm good on it. But I may think about buys if it closes above. Okay, as far as UJ, we bullish here as well. Hey, you see this bearish candle close a little to no top wick. So not really giving the next candle range to drive. So that's why you see it not just juicing up, but I'm sure you got some long entries on this candle here. So again, let's just be patient and just wait on price action. Okay, gang, we got about 3 minutes. 3 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close and 15. And again, it's 15 don't have a bottom wick, but the 30-minute does. You see, we definitely got the closure, retest. We got a support made. It didn't have a top wick, but this kind of made one forward. Confirmation probably will be if this candle close bullish, and there'll be a support. May have a buy stop to come fill this wick and to continue pushing up due to the fact that I have a bullish bias. Okay. I got 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Yeah, the price could just push up without us, but I feel comfortable waiting for the candle to close. It's not looking like it's giving as much of a top wick on the 30. So on the 30-minute, it's not giving as much of a top wick. And then on the 15, it has no bottom wick. All right. And we got New York open at 8 a.m. So I'm not really worried about this resistance here. You see what price did in his range. All right. Got the buyer stepped in. So let's just see. And less than 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. As far as UJ, we have clean traffic above this resistance here. And we have clean traffic below this support here coming down. Range 2 for the buys. Okay, since we have a bullish bias. Okay. 1 minute until 7:30. We have news at 10 a.m. All right, this candle is about to close above, back inside of the range. We got less than 30 seconds for this candle to close. We wanted to leave a top wick, so if it can pull back a little bit, that'll be cool. 8 seconds. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see if we can make a bottom wick here. Come down like this, like right in here, maybe. Because you see how this kind of open up with no bottom wick. So if it can come make a bottom wick, I may potentially have a buy stop on the break of this candle high right here. Not yet. I'll let price go if it want to just keep going. And again, gang, if it's not a part of your trading plan, I'm learning. Just stay out of it. All right. Again, 85% of candles have top and bottom wicks. This current candle does not have a bottom wick, so price could come, flip bearish for a brief moment and then come back up. But it's all good. What I would do is just to play it safe, I'll use this 15-minute resistance and just take buys above here. Okay. And I will not trade in here. This 15-minute candle on UJ also does not have a bottom wick. And if you've been on my channel, we watched this numerous times. And again, you can go to Time to Eat Trading. Watch Nick Stewart. He talks about this all the time. Candles for top and bottom wicks. All right. Well, let's be patient now. And let's wait on price action game. Time is now 7:32. We got the NY open at 8 o'clock. We'll be here probably until like 10:15. And then we will call it a New York session. We've kind of been chopping up since around 4:30 a.m. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you don't really want to trade in this range. You got to support here, support here, support here, support here. So you might want to just wait to take your sales below here. You got a resistance here. All right. And you see what price doing? Pulling back because it doesn't have a what? A bottom wick game. Okay. Okay, game look like we're gonna pull back on UJ as well. Look like the candle's coming to do what? Make a bottom wick. All right. I know it's repetitive, but that's pretty much what trading it. And to be honest, that's what success is. That's what wealth is simplicity. Wealth is routine. Okay, guys. All right. Price came down to make a bottom wick. Let's see what I want to do. Still got 10 minutes though for this counter to close. So we will be patient because we are trading in a no trade zone. This previous 15-minute candle closed with no bottom wick. Just be mindful if you're in buys. Okay. I'm personally gonna wait for price to do what it did before, which is close above here and then push up. Let's measure out this range if we haven't before. 34 pips to the advantage point, about 20. Let's measure out this range. 35 pips to the advantage point, 22. All right, so let's just be patient, gang, and wait on price action. Okay. Okay, gang, this is what we was talking about. You see, we already have a wick fill, so that wasn't a bad trade, but I really did not feel comfortable with it. Again, this previous 15-minute candle closed with no bottom wick right here at this resistance. Okay, I was thinking about having a buy stop to break of this high. Remember, we moved a level down to right here. All right, it retested the support, came to fill this wick. Okay, yeah, that was a good trade. Got less about 1 minute for this 15-minute candle to close. So we can get price to close above. All right. Give us a nice bottom wick and then a break of the previous candle high. Then, gang, we will definitely be in this trade because you see, we definitely got clean traffic coming up to the left. What's in as though 745 price could just push up without us. And that's okay, gang. This is stuff that we can learn. We can learn from. You feel me? But we come back tomorrow around the same time, you know? Fall in love with the process, gang. The money will be a byproduct of your skill level. So this channel is, you feel me, for traders that just started like myself. You know, I'm documenting my journey, which I don't think any trader has really ever done on YouTube. Posted their beginning stage. All right, let's see. We got a breakout game. All right. Price can give us a little steeper bottom wick. We will be having some buy stops on each, eh? Just need price to come down, give us a bottom wick, man. A nice bottom wick. Then I'll have a buy stop to break of the previous candle high. But if we don't get the criteria we need, then we'll not enter the market. Let me see something. All right. Both of these. Okay, again, here's the bottom wick that we wanted. I have a buy stop to break of this previous candle high. Push it up a little bit for the spread. Right there. Let's see, the price would be, what's that, 173,049. Yeah, got a buy stop right here. Okay, round this point up and then another bit of full TP up here. And again, we're bullish on the day. We got a breakout, clean traffic to the left. All right, let's go to, there'll be a break of the 30-minute highs to continue pushing up for this clean traffic again to the left on the 1 hour. You see price made a support here. Price did fill this wick. Okay. Now wicks get filled during times of high volume. And the 4 hour left a huge wick to fill. So that's what I'm trying to see. If it break its own highs, will it continue up? Okay. The price came down and made a nice bottom wick for us. So I got buy stops to break it as high. Let's see if price will continue pushing up. And again, gang, this is me learning how to trade in front of you guys in real time. You can go to this video here, Time to Eat Trading, Playbook 2.0. Position I'm doing now is the breakout. All right. I got a bullish bias and I have price coming up to fill this 4 hour wick to the left. Okay. And also this video here, range one and range two breakouts. Okay. I gotta pay attention to detail with this because that's why I took two losses last week. Okay, let's see. Let's see the price gonna push up. All right, and I set an alert up there. So let's see if price wanna activate me and continue to push up game. Had the trading plan already marked out. Again, we're bullish on the day. That's why I did not need a range two. I want to see if price wants to come fill this 4 hour wick, which are these clean candles here on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, gang, I want to say price may have activated me. I'm in a long position. Stop loss will be this clean candle bottom wick. Okay, we got an advantage point. We got to take profit. So let's see if price want to continue to push up, gang. All right. The retest was the bottom wick. The confirmation was a break of the previous candle high. And I will take a picture of this. Make sure you journal all your trades. All right. And that's all we can do, gang. Just, all right. Let's see if we can get price to continue to push up. All right. All righty. Time is now 7:51 a.m. Let's see, gang. We got a wick fill. Want to see if price want to keep going. We took this out the 15-minute time frame. All right. Price made this resistance here. Closure above. Nice bottom wick. Buy stop break of the highs. Clean tracker to the left with a bullish bias. All right. Wick to fill on the 4 hour. So let's see if we can get price to push up, guy. We got a tight stop loss. I want to say what maybe what 7, 8 pips. All right. Almost 13 pips to the advantage point. All right, about 24 pips to full TP. Just to trade. Let's see if we can get price to run, guy. First thing. Thanks again for all the support. And I'm not gonna hold you guys, gang. It do take a lot of courage for me to get in front of this camera and trade in front of you guys. You know what I mean? Just comment. And I want people to actually come trade with me, gang. Hop on Zoom, trade with me. You know, let's just, stay positive, prayed up. We'll take this journey together, gang. I am the Prather Trader, TPT Concepts. Let's see how this trade play out. All right. Okay, gang, we getting price to push up. Let's see if we can get it to hit the advantage point. This is a good trade, gang. Let's see. Nice trade. First trade of the week. The time is now 7:55 a.m. Let's see if New York Open can get us to push up some more. Maybe the buyers want to come in. All right, we got about 4 minutes for this 15-minute counter to close. And again, gang, I had to take the trade because the setup says so. I couldn't be afraid to get in it. Let's see if we can hit this advantage point, gang. And that's when we'll probably take some profit. And the advantage point is pretty much the support. Matter of fact, I've learned to actually bring it down a little bit, even to take profit. Like it'll almost come to the level. That's what I realize sometimes. All right, we are getting a pullback here on the 15. When we came up, you see, when we came up to that support, how price is pulling back. All right, as long as this candle closes above this level, I'll stay in. But to manage a position, you feel me? If it closes below, then all right, again, we explain why we're into the trade. We got a clean kind of to the left. All right, nice advantage point. Take profit. We were bullish on the day. We got price to break out. A nice bottom wick. Buy stops to break the previous candle highs. All right. All right. Now we just want to see if we can get a push up, gang. 2 minutes, 2 minutes for this 15-minute candle closing. Time is now 7:58. We're hoping that the New York Open can give us a push up to hit the take profit, and then we will be out of this trade. Okay. I am the Pray the Trader Gang, TPT Concepts. Thanks again for all the support. I really appreciate a like and subscribe to the channel. We're a couple of pips away from the advantage point. And gang, I'll be honest, even times like this, to sit here, hold on to the trade in front of y'all, gang, to know that I have to post these videos for 21 days straight. It's making me a better trader. It's making me a better man, husband, father, accountability. You feel me? 1 minute to this candle close. Let's see if we can hit the advantage point and potentially to take profit. All right. Okay, gang. It is now 8 o'clock. Let's see if we can get price to continue pushing up and filling the top of this range. All right. You see, I moved my stop loss pretty much to break even. So um, let's see if again we can get price to continue to push up. All right. We have price made consecutive higher lows. Then it broke resistance, gave us a nice bottom wick, broke the previous candle high, clean candle to the left, advantage point. And gang as traders, that's all we can do, okay? After that, you feel me? Just patiently wait. All right. 13 minutes for this 15-minute candle closure. Thanks again for all the support. Wow, gang, I've been on mute the whole time. My bad, gang. But I was saying, you see the market pull back to where we entered. Okay, you see we move our stop loss up to pretty much break even. So we got about 9 minutes left in this candle. And again, gang, our job is just to execute when the strategy appears. We can run a 15-minute time frame, price made a resistance. Um, Broke out of it, nice bottom wick, had buy stops to break the previous candle high. This was a breakout trade due to the fact that I did have a bullish bias. Okay. And just because I have a bullish bias doesn't mean that you feel me, the market is bullish. And again, gang, all the stuff that you do doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It's just the best educated guess that you can do. I got clean candles here to the left, a nice imbalance in the market, value gap, whatever term you guys feel comfortable using. I just call it clean traffic. Okay. So I had to take the entry to see if price wanted to push up. All right. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. Trading is not easy, gang, but it is simple. You feel me? Like I'm no longer stressing myself out over the market. You feel me? Because the market doesn't care how you feel. So you have to, you feel me, care about how you feel, which is why you see me reading them Bible verses when we get on here, so we can be close to God, so He can help us in this market with our mental health, gang. You feel me? All right. So we got about 8 minutes for this 15-minute counter to close. So let's see if price want to keep pushing up. All right. We made a low with this candle here, and it looked like price is trying to fill this wick of the previous candle. Let's again, our advantage point was up here because of the support, and price came a couple pips from hitting it. Okay, but let's see. All we can do now is just be patient, gang, and wait on price action. Okay. Great trade, gang. You see price hit the advantage point. Now it's rejecting. Let's see if we can get it to continue to push up. Okay. Let's see, gang. Let's see if we can continue to push up and hit the take profit level. All right. We wanted price to move how it did in this range before, which is, smooth with clean traffic. Oh, all right. Well, we took some profit. Okay. But let's see if we can get price to continue to move up. Okay. Let's see here. Push up, EJ. Push up, baby. Push up for me, baby. Push up for me, baby. 3 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. Okay. And again, gang, you got all your levels set up before you even enter the trade. You got your criteria, your bias, your range, your clean traffic. All right. After that, you're good to go. Nice trade. All right. Let's see if we can get price to continue to push up. Okay, gang. This 15-minute candle close bullish doji. All right. And again, you see we moved our stop loss up, but we will see if we can continue to get price to push up to this level. The time is now 8:15 a.m. I did think at 8 o'clock we would get, buyers to push price up to hit the take profit level, but it's all good. This current 15-minute candle open with no bottom wick, which is not what we want to see being in a long position. But it's all good, gang. Let's just be patient and wait on price action. Okay, gang, we got price to fill the previous candle wick, but again, this candle don't have a bottom wick, so we'll hold on to it and see if we get price to push up. Okay. But the thing I like about doing these videos, because what I learned here, if you rewind the video, go back to the beginning, you'll see we put a level right here where we had the support to where we would take entries with a buy stop to break of this candle here to fill this wick and to continue pushing up. And this would have been a better entry. But the thing about trading, hindsight will always be 2020. So don't harp on it, don't dwell on it. Just mark it down and just learn from it. Okay. And right now we just want price to come up and hit this take profit level. Okay. That would be lovely. All right, we got 11 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. The time is now 8:18. And like I was saying, at 8 o'clock, I was expecting for the buyers to keep pushing up due to the fact we broke out of this consolidation range here. We've been consolidating since like 4 in the morning. So, but you never know what price is going to do, which is why you got to have, trading plans. And again, this candle doesn't have a bottom wick, so it can easily come flip bearish. Let's hope the buyers have enough pressure to just continue to push up through this range. And again, gang, this is how price moved in this range before. All right. Probably move the stop loss to like right up in here. Move it in profit. Okay, gang, let's see what price gonna do, gang. We want the buying to keep pushing up to hit the level. But again, us reading candlesticks the way we do know that this does not have a bottom wick. So that's why we moved our stop loss to in profit. We'll be mindful of this. All right. Let's be patient, gang, and just wait on price action. Okay, gang. If this candle, current candle, come break this candle lows here, I'm out of the trade, and it'll still be in profit. I took some profit up here at this advantage point. You see how we got up to this level, and we are rejecting. You see, rejecting this advantage point that we had marked up earlier. And again, gang, everything I'm saying, you can rewind the video and see. All right, we talked about why we entered the trade. Okay, we had our bias, all right, our criteria, our levels and stuff are already marked up. Okay, we had a plan before we entered. All right, plan the trade, trade the plan. Plan the trade, trade the plan. And again, gang, the Forex Mindset is a good book to read as well. Okay, by Jared Martinez. I'm almost done with it. And when I'm done with this, I'll probably read the best loser wins, I believe by Tom Hugard, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, again, this was an overall good trade. First trade of the week. All right. Clean traffic. All right. Bullish bias. Granted, we could have had better entries, but that's just for next time, gang. All right, we could have entered here to catch them all the way up, but it's all good, gang. All right, and to be honest, I'm gonna go ahead and get out here before price even comes back down. Okay, gang, take a good look at it. This was the trade here. All right, stop loss right in here. All right, not a bad trade, gang. Not a bad trade. Okay, we're targeting these highs here, but we don't want price to, come back and put us back in drawdown. Okay. And again, gang, I am the Prather Trader based out of Atlanta, TPT Concepts. We can hop on Zoom, trade together whenever you want to. The time is now 8:23 a.m. Price could potentially pull back and continue down with all this selling pressure. Okay, but I had a bullish bias. So I was looking for long positions. I got a breakout and I got to push up to my advantage point. All right. And that's what trading is, gang. Having a plan and trading it. All right. Thanks for all the support. Okay. And some days you'll come to the chart and you'll be here for 2, 3 hours until you see a setup, maybe an hour. You feel me? You just never know. You just got to be disciplined and consistent. All right. Thank you guys again for all the support. You see prices coming back to hit that stop loss. I greatly appreciate a like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notifications bell. Okay. Oh, price came and made a bottom weight, gang. Could be potentially still trying to push up. Again, coming to do what? Build this 4 hour wick that it left. All right. So if you are in long positions on EJ, just be patient. All right. I came in here and did what I wanted to do today. Okay. So again, gang, thanks for all the support. I am the Prather Trader, TPT Concepts. God bless.